to do that. Okay. Miss Kate's has, ooh, that was really weird. Has begun recording. I have three more friends with questions, and we have to move on. Ryan, quickly, what's your question?
We have the same thing. We made our postcard and so
They haven't written you back yet? Yeah, yes. Some friends might be a little bit slower writing back, but we'll look into it.
So I sent Ryan the postcard.
What's your question, sweetie?
I just wanted to tell you, can I show you something quick at the end?
At the end. Jonyan, what's your question?
I think Estelle has a question too.
I know, honey. Jonyan, what's your question?
At the end, can I show you something
At
too?
the end. Estelle, quickly, what's your question?
I just finished my STEM.
Oh, very good. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, if you look behind me at our I can statement for math, it says lesson 30. I can use 5 group drawings. We talked a lot about that yesterday. And equations to show addition stories. It's the same I can statement from yesterday. An addition equation, remember, an equation is a fancy-nancy word for a number sentence, would look like this. Mystery box plus mystery box equals mystery box. Or it might look like this. Mystery box equals mystery box plus mystery box. Either way is correct. I want to read a story to you this morning instead of doing a warm-up, but there's a warm-up in the story. This story that we're going to read is Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons.
Miss Kate?
Yes.
I heard the story before.
Awesome. A lot of friends probably have, but we're going to read it again. Pete the Cat put on his favorite...
I like the story.
Meet your microphone. Put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Show me. 3. Four take away 1 equals 3. 3, groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My buttons, my two groovy buttons. My buttons, my two groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my one groovy button. My button, my one groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song. It's all good. My button, I still have my belly button. My button, I still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. Okay, so that one dealt with subtraction. Today, we're going to be talking about addition. Let's go ahead and pull out our application problem in our handy dandy math book. I'll tell you the page number. It's on page 125. Looks like this. When everybody's on the page with the tree, give me a thumbs up. All right, looks like most of our friends are ready.
Miss Kate's told him not to get confused with 129 because that's the template we'll need.
Yeah, that's why I showed what the page looked like. Okay. Beat your microphone.
Okay.
Pretend, oh, and you're going to need your linking cubes or small objects to count with. So grab those for me as well. Ooh, Landon's already got his.
How many linking cubes do we need?
10.
I can't find 10.
Okay. Then what you can do is draw, Jonyan. You can draw. Are we?
Miss Gates, I have 2 out. I was going to use beans and then you told to draw, so I'm going to draw.
Either way, pretend your linking cubes are pairs. That's what this guy is.
Miss Kate.
From what, Johnian?
So I'm going to use my whiteboard to do it.
Okay, sweetie. Pretend your linking cubes are pairs from a pear tree. How many pairs do you have in all? We just said we have 10, right? You should have 10 objects to count with, or you can draw 10 circles. So we have 10 in all. Using your linking cubes, put 5 pairs in the tree and 5 pairs on the ground. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to draw circles for the pairs. Asking us to make a number bond about our pairs. Well, I already wrote 10 because it asked me how many I started out with. Now I need my 2 parts. Who can tell me what my 2 parts are going to be? Raise your hand. DJ?
And 5.
Excellent, DJ. 5 that are in the tree and the 5 that are on the ground. I want you, by yourself, to write a number sentence. When you're finished, raise your hand and I'll let you share. We're going to write an addition number sentence. Are we?
I have a question.
What's your question, sweet girl?
I know which page is it again?
125.
I have no room to draw a number bond.
Could you sneakily put your number bond in this corner and make it little? And then put your number sentence way down here. Okay, once you've done your number sentence, raise your hand. Landon, can you please read your number sentence to me?
5 plus 5 equals 10.
Okay, Landon said 5 plus 5 equals 10. Awesome, Landon. Can anyone tell me possibly a different number sentence that they wrote? Carolyn.
I did 2 ways.
Tell me a way that's different from Landon's.
10 equals 5 plus 5. And I have 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Excellent. Are both of these number sentences correct? Yes, they are. Go ahead and write the second number sentence. If you wrote yours like Landon, write it this way. If you wrote yours like Carolyn, write it this way. Now, once you've done that, if you turn back 2 pages on page 129, it's very easy to pull out. you'll see a tree like this. This is just a template that you're probably going to use cubes on. So you can get it out and put it in front of you. Are we?
Can we pull it out or we can just put it in our books?
Either way.
I'm going to keep it in my book.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Mrs. Hawkins is going to help us today. Let's listen to her for our materials.
Miss Kate, I know the materials.
Okay, sweetie. Well, let's just listen for our other friends, okay?
Hi, friends. Welcome to the lesson today. My name is Mrs. Hawkins, and today we are going to be representing 10 using 5 group drawings and equations. So let's go ahead and get started. Listen very carefully as I tell this story. Nancy had 10 beans. She picked up 6 in one hand and 4 in the other. So how many beans did she have in all? Think. Say it.
Show. How many beans did she have in all? Show me with your hands. Show me, show me. I don't see John yet. I don't see Alan. I need to see my friend showing me. Okay, good.
10. How many did she pick up in each hand?
Ooh.
Think about it.
Okay, so this one you can't show me. It's too hard. I'm going to call on a friend to share. Raise your hand if you remember how many she picked up in each hand. Who was a math detective and really paid attention? Nicole, you're the only one I see with your hand up.
6 and 4.
Kiss your brain. She picked up 6 in one hand and 4 in the other hand. Let's double check.
How many? Very good. 6 in one hand and 4 in the other. Wow, you are such a great listener. Great job. For this next part, you are going to need a piece of paper and a writing utensil, or a whiteboard and a dry erase marker.
Okay, so whiteboard and dry erase. Hopefully you have those materials. I'll give us a second just in case. Once you have them, put your hands on your head. Let me know you're ready. DJ's ready. So it's Ryan and
Miss
Russell and Carolyn, Jonyan.
Miss Kate,
Landon, what's your question?
do you have to put the tree in the in your whiteboard sleeve?
If you want to, right now we need a blank side, but on the other side, if you want to put it in, you can. Nicole, I didn't call on you because you're not raising your hand. I only call on friends that raise their hands. Yes, Nicole.
What colors marker we need? I have lots of colors.
It doesn't matter, sweetie. All right, we're going to get started. Meet your mics.
So go ahead and push pause to find one of those things, then push play, and we'll continue. We want to first show Nancy's beans. So go ahead and use your writing utensil and your piece of paper or your whiteboard to draw Nancy's beans. I'm going to draw mine as well. Do you remember how many beans she had? Oh yes, 10.
I think she's going to draw them the 5 group way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Let's see.
6,
She didn't. She drew them the
7,
regular way.
8, 9, 10. Now we want to write that number underneath our beans. So Nancy had 10 beans all together. How many beans did she have in one of her hands? Think.
Okay, someone raised their hand. How many beans did she have in one of her hands? Estelle?
6.
6. Very good. Were there beans in her other hands? She might say a different number. Are we? How many were in her other hand?
4.
4. So it's 6 or 4. Let's see what Miss Hawkins says. Oops.
Say it. 6. So we want to make sure and show our 6 beans right here. So I'm going to draw my 6 beans and you do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm also going to write the number 6 above that group of beans. And how many beans did she have in her other hand? Think
You can just show it.
and tell me.
Show it on your hands. Good.
4. So I'll show 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and write the number 4 above that group of beans. So push pause if you need extra time drawing your beans and writing your numbers.
Okay, we'll do that for just a minute. She did a row of 10 and wrote 10, a row of 6 and wrote 6, and then she put some space and did a row of 4 and wrote 4. Don't erase your board.
Let's also create a number bond using the numbers that we already have written. You can watch me first.
Watch her first, because you make sure you know what she's doing. Oh, look at that.
Now go ahead and push pause and make your number bond.
Okay, you do it too, just like she did.
Now we want to make a number sentence about the beans. How could we start our number sentence?
Okay, raise your hand. Tell me, how can we start it? How can we start our number sentence? I already called on are we. Who else could tell me how we can start our number sentence? Anya?
6 plus 4.
Okay, Anya says we could start at 6 plus 4. Let's see what Miss Hawkins says.
Yeah, great ideas. We can begin with how many beans we have in all, then write our parts.
Oh, she said the opposite. So she's doing the whole, how many beans she had in all, then our parts. Anya's way is also correct.
How do we know which numbers should go in the blanks? Go ahead and whisper your answer into your hand.
Okay, so how do we know which numbers should go in the blanks? Smriti, how do we know which numbers go in the blanks? We have our whole written, so what does that leave?
The even date, you can add the date.
6
Like this.
and 4.
Yeah, the two parts.
You just
We
click.
know the two parts go on either side of the plus sign. Let's see.
Great! I heard one of my friends say, well, we should put 6 and 4 into the blanks because those are our parts. So let's do that now. Now let's read our number sentence together. Here we go. 10 equals 6 plus 4. Now I have another story for us today. So again, listen really well as I
Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to clean your whiteboard. Erase, 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 erase. Erase your whiteboard nice and clean. Erase, erase, erase. Also, make sure that lid is nice and tight on your marker. I did not do that the other day and mine dried out. And it made me sad because it was my favorite marker. So, as soon as I push play, she's asking us to listen very carefully to her story. If it helps to close your eyes, you can do that. Listen carefully to the story.
tell the story. Shelley had 8 presents. Her friend gave her 2 more presents. Shelley has 10 presents now. How many presents did Shelley have at first? Think.
Okay, show with your fingers. How many presents did Shelley have at first? All right, I see a lot of friends showing 8. 8. Let's see if we're right.
Say it. 8. How many did her friend give her?
Ooh,
Think.
show that.
Say it.
How many did her friend give her? Show me with your fingers. Jonyan, I don't see. No, Jonyan. Yeah. 2. Oops.
2. How many presents did Shelley have all together? Think. Say it.
Okay, show it. How many does she have all together? Show me your hands. DJ, show me. Russell, show me. Show me, show me. Okay.
10. Now we're going to draw 8 squares to show how many presents Shelley had at first. We're going to draw those squares using the 5-group way.
Okay, now she's
I'm going
doing
to draw
5
mine on
group.
my board, and you can draw yours as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's color in those 8 squares. Now we're going to draw 2 empty squares to show the number of presents that Shelley's friend gave her.
I'm going to pause right there to give you an opportunity to catch up. When you're good, give me a thumbs up so that I can see, okay, my friends are caught up. Okay.
Push pause if you need extra time to make your picture.
We already did it.
How could we make a number sentence about this story?
Ooh, raise your hand. I want another friend to tell me a number sentence about this story. Carolyn.
Uh, 10 equals 8 plus 2.
Ooh, I love it, Carolyn. 10 equals 8 plus 2. Can anyone say it a different way? Carolyn, fantastic. Can anyone give me a different number sentence? Jonyan.
10 equals 7 plus 2.
Well, that's...
I mean 7 plus 3.
Yeah, but we're still using the 8 and 2. So Carolyn said 10 equals 8 plus 2. We need to keep our parts, but is there a different way I can write that? What's a different way I
10 equals 2 and 8.
That is true. 10 equals 2 and 8. Or I could do 8 plus 2 equals 10. Let's see what Ms. Hawkins does.
I'm hearing some great ideas. I heard one of my friends say, this time we can write the parts first, then we can write the total after the equal sign. Go ahead and write this on your piece of paper or your whiteboard. Push pause to do that now.
Okay. And if you'd rather do a box, you can do that too. But this time she's writing the parts first. See, my friend's working hard. That is wonderful.
So how should we fill in our blanks?
So what are we going to put in there? Raise your hand and tell me, what are we going to put in these blanks? Are we?
Do I have to tell 2 of the numbers?
Yeah.
8 and 2.
Yeah, the 8 that are colored in and the 2 that aren't.
Very good. We'll put in our parts. What's our part? Think. Say it.
We said it already.
8. Very good. So we'll write an 8 in this blank. And what's our other part? Think. Say it. 2. So we will write a 2 in this blank. Go ahead and fill yours out now as well. Now let's read this number sentence together.
All right, let's read it together.
8 plus 2 equals 10. So here's the number sentence that we just wrote together. And here's the number sentence from the first problem we did. What do you notice about these two number sentences? What do you notice that is the same? And what do you notice that is different?
Ooh, let's talk about the same first. Different's kind of easy. What's the same about these two number problems? Who can raise their hand? Ryan, what's the same about these two number problems? Number sentences.
The whole is still the same.
You're right, the whole is 10 on each sentence. Awesome.
But the different part is...
Wait, we haven't got to the different. Wait, that's good. Okay, so Ryan said the whole is the same. That's very true. What else is the same about these two problems? Ooh, can anyone think of another way that these two number sentences are the same? Estelle?
That they both have class and that they both have the clock.
Yeah, they both are addition sentences. They're addition. Okay, now tell me the difference. What's different about these two? Adeline, what's different about the red sentence and the black number sentence? Unmute your mic, Adeline.
Yeah?
Yeah? Adeline, what's different about these two number sentences?
They have the different numbers.
Well, there are different numbers in the parts. That's true. This has 6 and 4, and this has 8 and 2. Okay, thank you, Adeline. What's another way that they're different? Landon.
They're switched around differently.
Right, this has the parts in the front and the hole at the end.
Yes.
Here we have the hole in the front and the parts at the end. Awesome. Let's listen.
Wow, you are so smart. Hearing some great answers. I heard a friend say that they noticed that the total number was the same in both problems.
We noticed that.
I heard another friend say one thing they noticed that is different is this problem started with the parts and had the total at the end. But in the first problem, we started with the total and then wrote our parts after the equal sign. Well, why are they both correct?
Oh, why are they both correct? Anya?
Because the two parts, each number sentence adds up to make 10.
Right. Both of the parts add up to make the whole, so they're both correct. Let's see what Ms. Hawkins says.
Very good. Yes, they're both correct because 8 plus 2 equals 10 and 6 plus 4 also makes 10. Now there are 10 dots the 5 group way. Push pause and do that now.
Okay, put 10 dots the 5 group way.
Miss Case, are we supposed to erase it?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I didn't say that. Erase, erase, erase. Erase as fast as you can. Erase, erase, erase. Make your whiteboard clean. Now, do 10 dots the 5 group way. Not in a row, not in a column, but the 5 group way. All right.
Miss Case?
Now
Wait,
circle the group
John,
of
yeah.
5 dots at the top.
Circle the group of 5 at the top.
Now we want to write 2 different number sentences about our picture.
Okay, I'm going to push pause so you can do that. She has the number sentence, but she wrote them the 2 different ways. If it's easier for you to make mystery boxes instead of a straight line, oops, well that wasn't a mystery box. If it's easier for you to do mystery boxes instead of a straight line, you can do that as well. but try to write these two sentences. Thumbs up when you're done so that I know my friends are ready. Jonyan, what was your question? Hold on, Jonyan had a question. Jonyan, what was your question?
So when the class is going to be done?
Honey, it's not, we hadn't even been here that long. This is the last part and then we do the problem set. Anya, what's your question?
It looks like when you draw, you're drawing on Miss Hawkins' paper.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
First, let's fill in this first number sentence. So what should I write in each of the blanks?
Oh, what should she write in each blank? Raise your hand if you know the answer. DJ, what should she write in each blank?
5.
Yep, 5 and 5. Awesome job, DJ. I said EJ. DJ. Let's see what Miss Hawkins says.
Great. 5 and 5. Because those are our parts. But in this bottom number sentence, what numbers should I write in each of the blanks? What do you think?
What do we put there? Do we put the same thing? Thumbs up if we put the same, thumbs down if we don't. I see a lot of thumbs up. Let's see.
5 and 5 again, because we're also filling in our parts. Go ahead and write these number sentences on your piece of paper or whiteboard. Push pause if you need extra time to do that. Now let's read these number sentences together. Let's read this first one first. 10 equals 5 plus 5. Now let's read the bottom one. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Are both number sentences correct? Yes. Now I want you to continue making 10 dots the 5 group way, circling some of your dots, and writing 2 number sentences to match your drawing. So push pause, do that a couple of times. And today, it looks like...
Okay, so that's something you can practice at home for fun. You can draw 10 dots, circle some of them, and make 2 different number sentences. Now, if you'll erase your whiteboard beautifully clean and put that lid nice and tight, place your materials where they go, and grab your handy dandy math book. I can't believe we didn't even use the tree template. Open your book to page 127. It looks like this with the rocket ships. I'm gonna write it up here. Okay. It says Ricky has 10 space toys. He has 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. It wants us to fill in the number bond and the number sentence. What part of my number bond is already filled in?